Hello there. Welcome to E-Library, the venue for the Think Nigeria Empowerment TV show premiere and launch. Okay, we are currently expecting some guests who will be here to make the day. Also, the program runs in two categories, which happens to be the quiz segment and the interview segment. For the quiz segment, you'll be playing for 10 million naira just if you're qualified. That's if you're up to 18 and you have at least a senior school certificate. And for the interview, we'll be hosting entrepreneurs who have made a name for themselves in the business industry. I am Otobasido. Let me take you in. Hello Nigerians, welcome to Think Nigeria Empowerment TV show. This is a TV quiz show which intends to empower young, creative and innovative Nigerians to become entrepreneurs by giving them a startup capital of 10 million naira plus a 1-year free business mentoring. The question revolves around general knowledge about Nigeria and Nigerians. To qualify, you must be above 18 years of age and you must have at least a senior school certificate. So, if you think you have what it takes to be on this show, simply obtain a scratch card from recharge card dealers and retailers nationwide. Follow the instructions on the card, and if you happen to score up to 75% and above, you stand a chance to be invited to our studios live to battle it out with 4 other contestants for a whooping sum of 10 million naira. I'm your presenter, Otobasido, and this happens to be the interview segment. With me in the studio is
Nene Norom. You're welcome to the program. And on the studio today, we have Mr. Wilson Ikpe, a graduate of computer science from Grace Polytechnic, Lagos. He is also MD, CEO of Emmy Ikpe Media Studios. Mr. Wilson, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
You look more like a rap star.
Let's meet Mr. Wilson Ikpe.
Okay, my name is Wilson Ikpe Wilson. I'm from Etina local government of Akwa Ibom State. I spent a couple of years here in Akwa Ibom State and a lot more in the west, that is Lagos State and the rest. Now I am a media entrepreneur. I'm into media and entertainment. We run a series of studios across Nigeria. We do music production, film shows, documentaries, and the rest of it. Yeah. And based on what I studied in school, I also have an online business that is called WeHireThings.com. So, but by the time you'll be watching this show, the site will be up. But right now, we're still working on that.
Okay, you're yet to finish up with the site?
Yes.
All right, may I ask you, you studied
computer
science.
Yes.
How is it related to media business?
Well, it relates to media business in all aspects of it anyway.
Okay.
Now, in computer science, there are different sectors you can actually venture into.
Okay.
Personally, I'm very good at maintenance and repairs.
Maintenance?
Yeah, I am. And networking. Now, when you are in media and entertainment business like I am, we have a lot of equipments and computer related equipments, that's what I mean. And then with that, one way or the other, for example, I do video editing. That's what I do. In my studios, you have the directors, you have producers, you have photographers and the rest of them. I do video editing. So that involves computers one way or the other. And then at some point, your computers get faults, you need to be maintained. So instead of outsourcing, I do that myself and with the other technical guys around.
Okay. So Wilson, it seems your hands were full while you were in school. How did you combine all this with lectures?
Well, I don't know. That's the same thing that my colleagues seemed to ask back then in school. Apart from the businesses I'm doing, I also do music. I rap, So, but that's, by the way, just
so
one thing.
I wasn't wrong when I said you look like a rap star.
Well, you're right. I look like a rap star, but I don't dress like that, do I?
Am I dressed like
Tell us how it happened to
Okay, so I did very well in school. Actually, it's not as if, the ideal thing is when you are doing stuff like music and then you are in school, you are more like the hooligan in the place.
Exactly.
But then I did very well. I'm not bragging, but I need to say it so that if there's anybody out there doing it and feels you are complicating the whole thing, it's not. I graduated I was the best student in my year that I graduated.
Impressive.
Yes, I graduated with a distinction, and I still happen to do the music thing back then. I have a music video in.
The market.
Yes, I do have a music video, but
Wow.
like I said, it's one of those things I do as a leisure thing, just like playing football on the street.
Okay.
It's not as if I'm doing like a business.
And
So I
when
just
you're
like doing
tired
it.
of reading,
Yeah,
just pick up
I
the
do
songs
that.
writing.
Yeah.
Quite interesting. Okay, let's talk about your media business.
Okay.
We find out that young people have dreams, they have aspirations, they think of doing, but in a way they are kind of limited in terms of resources. So how did you get your funding to start up your business?
Okay, first, before I answer that, I would like to compliment a program like Think Nigeria. You see, Think Nigeria is actually a platform that is designed to help people that had dreams, certain dreams, like I want to be a doctor, no, not necessarily a doctor, let's say I want to be an entrepreneur and all that. And then you, along the line, you see that there are certain things that stop these people from getting those things that they really wanted. And it's mostly based on finances. Now, if a program like this comes up and is there to give such people those things, I mean, it's a very good thing. Now, I had been in the media business for a very long time. I think this is like the 12th year that I've been into it. Yes, I have been there, but not like a businessman like back then. I used to do some of it, like in school we do multimedia assignments. I did them very good. I got some money from them. But then, now when I got out of school, I served in 2013. So when I got back from school, I applied for the UWIN program. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Sure, I
Yes,
have.
okay.
The federal government program.
Yes, it's a federal government program that does the same thing like Think Nigeria. So I think if we have things like this coming up, I think Nigeria will be better rather than we sit down and compare ourselves.
So basically your funding came from UWIN.
Yes, it did, and with the help, with the support of my parents, very specifically.
Okay.
Yes, my dad played a very important role in it. Okay. So the UWIN thing also came in and it just made the whole thing perfect.
Mr. Wilson, what was life before you win? I mean, financially, was there a time you had challenges and you needed a hand, to keep going?
Well, I have discovered that after the UWIN thing, I actually thought that when you see 10 million naira in your account, that everything will be perfect. But now we discovered that even with stuff like that, even with that amount of money, you still have challenges. As long as you're trying to get better and better, you still have challenges. I used to have challenges back then, but now I've noticed that my challenges are now different. You see, like back then,
10 million naira kind of challenge.
but it's like people will say, I have a car, but I don't have a place to park it. Yeah, I prefer that kind of problem to not having a car at all. So that's still the same thing. Thank you very much.
All right, let's talk about your business. How lucrative has it been? Are you making profits?
Yes, I am making profit. I'm happy to say that. I'm making good profit. Now, in the business, just like most of the other businesses, it really depends on your skills, your experiences, and the quality of your product. You see, if I had been in it for this number of years and I've not been able to improve with the time, it's like the machines you're using now are changing and so on.
The software.
Yeah, so you see, you watch a TV program today and probably you've watched it for 10 years ago and the same thing is still showing. The same quality, you're still getting the same thing. But if you improve with time and improve your skills, then you get better. So I think right now I'm still growing and I can't stop learning.
And what will you do to make your own, or what have you done to make your business stand out among the rest?
Well, I work with a team of very brilliant-minded people.
Wow.
And so I try to, did I say take advantage of that? Would it be good to say that?
No.
Okay, so what do I say? Leverage on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I leverage on that because in a way, now what we do is we sit down and ask the same question you just asked and say, how can we get better? What do we do to get better? And so when we get the answers to those questions and we go about how do we do those things, how do we get those things done, and so that's how it is. So by the end of the day, by the end of those meetings, you have such things. For instance, we have challenges of say you attend a wedding program or something, and then you had a good media coverage like the one you have here. Now, there are so many people in the audience who would want to have copies of such things. And so we make that available. That's part of what we do. If we are in an event like this, by the end of the day, every single member of the audience that needs such thing will have a video, a complete video.
Heard about that before.
Yeah, there's a lot more, but probably we could just
end it like that.
Yeah, it was nice. I heard you singing when you were walking up, and that means you've got other talents. I want you to freestyle on stage. And not to forget, you speak one or two things about Think Nigeria before.
Yes.
the end. So.
Yes. So I said, Think Nigeria is a good initiative. It's a good program. It's a good project. And I am so proud and happy to be a part of the project right now. So I'm thankful to the producers, the organizers of Think Nigeria. Thank you very much for having me here.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, with projects like this, and I ask the audience out there, if you think you have what it takes to be on the show, if you think you have what it takes to hold that money, if you think you have what it takes to execute that dream in your mind, then I think you should be a part of the program. Thank you.
All right, he has said it all. If you think you have what it takes to be on the program, simply obtain a scratch card from recharge card dealers and retailers nationwide, follow the instructions on the card, and play our online qualifying quiz. So if you score up to 70%, I beg your pardon, and above, you stand a chance to be invited to the studios to battle it out with 4 other contestants for the star prize. Meanwhile, we still have our guest in here, and he is not going anywhere except to freestyle for us. The freestyle thing.
Before the freestyle thing, one word of encouragement to those who are watching us, who need someone to encourage them, who needs a hand to tell them, hold on to that dream and never lose faith. Wilson?
Well, I would say this. I am a Christian, so like I said, in computer science, we have an acronym for the Bible, which is BIBLE, and it is Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. So it means that if you want to be successful on this earth that we exist in, then you should use that as your manual for living. So I would just say, look into that, because no matter whatever quote I'll give you now, one way or the other you'll find it in there. And so it depends on who is looking for what quote at you and what time that will fit in.
So now freestyle for us, because like you're really trying to shy away from that, are you?
Well, can I?
Are you shy?
Okay, let's spare him on that, viewers. That's the end of this segment of Think Nigeria Empowerment TV game show. Don't go anywhere. Ajumoke Weze is standing by for the quiz segment.
Welcome to the quiz segment of Think Nigeria Empowerment TV show. The quiz consists of 4 rounds and 5 contestants. 1 contestant is eliminated per round to give way for the star prize winner at the end of the 4th and final round. Each round runs with allotted time and prize money per question. The prize money accumulates to the end of the show while the time reduces. Here are the rules. There is a time limit per question for each round. You will ensure to answer each question within the allotted time or lose the answer and the chance. No repetition of question, no second chance. At every round, the contestant with the highest number of wrong answers drops out. Any tie at elimination level is decided by votes with other contestants. If the tie occurs at the final round, there will be a play-to-death quiz where the first contestant to fail a question finally drops out and the other emerges overall winner. Note that the total sum of money accumulated from the first round to the final round of the show becomes the star prize money. Now let's meet our contestants for this week's episode of Think Nigeria Empowerment TV show as they take their stands and introduce themselves.
I'm Destiny Dominic from you.
My name is Covenant Nebang Sunday from Akwa Ibom State.
I am Mayowa Akinsola from Lagos State.
Esther Iwan from Uyo. Came Friday from you.
Welcome back to the quiz segment of Think Nigeria Empowerment TV show. Contestants, you're playing for 10 million naira to be won by only one of you. At round 1, you play for 1.2 million naira. Round 2, you play for 2.4 million naira. Round 3, 3 million naira. And at round 4, which is the final round, you play for 3.6 million naira. Round 1, you have 4 questions each. 13 seconds per question at 50,000 naira. Contestant number 1, your question. The biggest housing estate in West Africa is? Your time is up. Gwarimpa Housing Estate, Abuja. Contestant number 2. Give the full meaning of the acronyms. NUPENG.
National Union of Petroleum Commission.
Wrong. National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers. Contestant number 3. Give the full name of this Nigerian institution. NOUN. Now.
National Open University of Nigeria.
Correct. Contestant number 4. One of the most effective and efficient forms of marketing is abbreviated to the initials WOM. WOM. What does it mean?
Why of marketing?
Wrong. Word of mouth. Contestant number 5. Name the Eyimba Foot Club manager that led the club to 3 straight league wins and back-to-back victories in CAF Champions League. If you do not have the answer, you can say pass. Back to you, contestant number 1. On what date, by date we mean day, month, and year, did Africa's most quoted novelist, essayist, and social critic Chinua Achebe die?
It's Tuesday.
That's your answer. Wrong. 21st of March 2013. Contestant number 2. Who is the current Nigerian Minister of Lands and Housing?
Bubakar Malum.
Wrong. Honorable Mrs. Akon Eyakin. Contestant number 3. In what year was the act to establish the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, made?
2003.
You're wrong. 2007. Contestant number 4. Who is Nigeria's most celebrated stand-up comedian, also called the father of stand-up comedy? Ali Baba. That's correct. Contestant number 5. What is the real name of Nigeria's hip-hop artist, motivational speaker, and fashion designer, Sasha?
Pass.
Anthony Yetunde Alabi, that's her name. Back to you, contestant number 1. Who is the first ever Nigerian to win the World Heavyweight Boxing title?
Fix, past.
Samuel Peters. Contestant number 2. Who was Nigeria's information minister, popularly known with the slogan, rebranding?
Nneka Norman.
Wrong. Dora Akini. Contestant number 3. Who is the current national president of the Christian Association of Nigeria?
Pastor Ayori Jafo.
That's correct. Contestant number 4. The yellow color in the center of the Nigerian police flag signifies? That's wrong. Discipline and resourcefulness. Contestant number 5. In what year was the current Nigerian green, white, green flag designed?
1960.
Wrong. 1958. Contestant number 1. A general in the Nigerian army is equal in rank to who in the Nigerian Air Force? That is wrong. Air Chief Marshal. Contestant number 2. Who is the current secretary to the government of the Federation? Chief Senator Pius Ayim Pius. Contestant number 3. The young shall grow is a slogan for which Nigerian state?
Pass.
Yobe State. Contestant number 4. The slogan Center of Excellence is entitled to which state?
Abuja.
Lagos State. Contestant number 5. The war against indiscipline, formed in 1984 in Nigeria, was formed by who? General Tode Idiabo. That's the end of this segment. We'll be right back after this break. We have come to the end of round 1 and we bagged the sum of 180,000 naira. Unfortunately, there is a tie between contestant number 1, 2, and 5. So the other contestants would vote out one person. Please review your votes. Okay, at this point, there is still a tie. So the contestants with the highest number of correct answers decides who leads among the 3 contestants that are up for eviction. So contestant number 3, you have the highest number of correct answers, so decide who leaves the competition.
Contestant number 1 should leave.
Contestant number 1, you have been voted out of the competition. Please leave. Thank you. Welcome to round 2 of this week's episode of Think Nigeria Empowerment TV show. We have 4 contestants left and they have 5 questions each. 10 seconds per question at 120,000 naira. Contestant number 2, your question. In 1993 general election, who won the presidential election popularly called June 12 and was later imprisoned?
Sani Abacha.
That's wrong. MKO Abiola. Contestant number 3. Who composed Nigeria's formal national anthem, Nigeria We Hail Thee?
Linia Brenda Francis.
That's wrong. Lillian Jean Williams. Contestant number 4. The first ruler of the Caliphate of Sokoto was?
Lord. Salah Brigade.
That's wrong. Usman Danfodio. And please, you need to speak up and be audible because there is no second chance, no repetition of questions. Contestant number 5. Who is the managing director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation? Mohammed Salisu Bakindo. Contestant number 2. In what year did the British formally unite the colony and the protectorate of Nigeria?
1914.
That's correct. Contestant number 3. Who was the first Director General of the National Youth Service Corps?
Colonel Amadou Ali.
That's correct. Contestant number 4. What region declared its independence from Nigeria in 1967 and was not successful?
Southern region. Southern region.
Well, half answer is no answer. Southeast. Contestant number 5. The first recorded eclipse of the sun in Nigeria occurred in what year? 1947. Contestant number 2. His Excellency Goodluck Ebele Jonathan assumed the office of the president on what day, month, and year?
May 11, 2011.
6th May 2010. Contestant number 3. Which Nigerian head of state first launched universal primary education?
General Olusegun Obasanjo.
That's correct. Contestant number 4. NAPEP, N-A-P-E-P, is the abbreviation for? National Poverty Eradication Program. Contestant number 5. Which individual first made the motion for Nigerians' independence? Anthony Enahoro. Contestant number 2. Who coined the name Nigeria?
Lady Flower Shaw.
That's correct. Contestant number 3. Which Nigeria developed cholera vaccines?
House.
Dr. Njoku Obi. Contestant number 4. In Microsoft Excel, a workbook consists of
862.
a workbook consists of worksheets. Contestant number 5. Which state is Kenji Dam located?
Jos.
That's wrong, Niger State. Contestant number 2. In the Nigerian civil service, the rank of permanent secretary is equivalent to what rank in the Nigerian army?
Colonel.
General. Contestant number 3. Who was the first governor of Katsina State?
Pass.
Abdullahi Saki Mokhtar. Contestant number 4. What is the name of the Golden Eaglet coach who won the 2013 Youth World Cup? Your time is up, Manu Baba. Contestant number 5. Who is the author of the novel titled Joy of Motherhood? Buchi Emecheta. We have come to the end of round 2 and we banked a total sum of 480,000 naira. Unfortunately, we have a tie between contestant number 4 and contestant number 5. They had the highest number of wrong answers, so the other contestants would vote out one of them. Contestant number 2 and 3, pick your markers and your paper, write down the number of the contestant that you are voting out. Contestants, please review your votes. Unfortunately, there is still a tie, so I give contestant number 2 the honor of voting one person out to decide who leaves the competition.
Number 4.
Number 4, you have been voted out. Please leave. Thank you. Welcome to round 3. We have 3 contestants left and they have 5 questions each. 7 seconds per question at 200,000 naira. Contestant number 2. Who is the author of the novel titled Things Fall Apart?
Chinachebe.
That's correct. Contestant number 3. Who is the Deputy Senate President of Nigeria?
Kenny Hedua.
That's wrong, Senator Ekremadu. Contestant number 5. During the Nigerian Civil War, who made the statement, keeping Nigeria is one task that must be done? That's wrong, General Yakubu Gowon. Contestant number 2. What year did Nigeria gain independence and democracy? Give us 2 years. Independence and democracy.
1960 and 1963 respectively.
That's wrong, 1960 and 1999. Contestant number 3. The largest city in West Africa is?
Ibadan.
That's correct. Contestant number 5. In what month of 1989 was the Abuja Declaration by Organization of Islamic Cooperation held? June. That's wrong, November 1989. Contestant number 2. Nigeria's first ever international football match was played with which country?
Cameroon.
That's wrong, Sierra Leone. Contestant number 3. What is the full meaning of WHO?
World Health Organization.
That's correct. Contestant number 5. Who was the first governor of the unified Nigeria? That's correct. Contestant number 2. Nigeria is made up of how many ethnic groups?
5, 3, 4.
That's wrong, 374 ethnic groups. Contestant number 3. Nigeria's gross domestic product was worth $552.64 billion US in what year?
2014.
That's wrong, 2013. Contestant number 5. Nigeria's land area is what size in kilometer? Your time is up. 923,850 kilometers. Contestant number 2. Dambe, also known as Kokawa, is a form of boxing associated with which tribe in Nigeria?
T.
That's wrong, Hausa. Contestant number 3. Nigeria is bordered by which country on the north?
On the north. Niger.
That's correct. Contestant number 5. The vast geographical figure called Chad, which form the boundary between Nigeria, Chad, and Cameroon, Nigeria. What is the name of the river? Your time is up. Late charge. We have come to the end of round 3 and we bagged a sum of 1.2 million naira. Unfortunately, contestant number 2 and contestant number 5 had the highest number of wrong answers. So, contestant number 3 would decide which contestant would leave the show. Contestant number 3, please review your votes. At this round, contestant number 3 had the highest number of correct answers, and he had the honor of voting one person out. Contestant number 2, you have been voted out of the competition. Please leave. We have come to the 4th and final round. 3 contestants were eliminated in the previous rounds, leaving us with these 2 finalists, contestant number 3 and contestant number 5. They have 5 questions each, 5 seconds per question at 360,000 naira. Contestants, are we ready? Because this is the real deal. Contestant number 3. Contestant number 3, your question. List the 2 major rivers intersecting Nigeria.
River Niger and River Benue.
That's correct. Contestant number 5. The Honda Accord 2005 model of car is popularly known in Nigeria as? That's wrong. End of discussion. Contestant number 3. The name of the first speaker of the Nigerian Parliament, also called the House of Representatives, is?
Jaja Wachuku.
That's correct. Contestant number 5. Contestant number 5. The initiative to establish Peugeot Automobile Nigeria Limited was taken by the federal military government under the leadership of who? That's wrong, General Yakubu Gowon. Contestant number 3. In what year was Nigerian currency changed from pounds, shillings, and pence to naira and kobo?
1973.
That's correct. Contestant number 5. The black color in the Nigerian army flag represents what? There is no repetition of questions. There is no second chance, so you lost that chance and the answer. Obedience. Contestant number 3. What is the name of the former Nigerian Prime Minister whose picture is on 200 naira note?
Sir Amadu Bello.
That's correct. Contestant number 5. When a woman gives birth to 9 babies at the same time, they are called what? That's wrong. Nonaplets. Contestant number 3. Nigerians' biggest defeat of 7-1 in football history was by which country?
Dahomey, now known as Benin Republic.
That's wrong, Ghana. Contestant number 5. The first female Nigerian to buy a car was who? Mrs. Tinubu. We have come to the end of this quiz segment. We will be back after this break. We have come to the end of the 4th and final round. We bagged a total sum of 1,440,000 naira. But our star prize money accumulated from the first round of the show to the end of the show is 3.3 million naira. Contestant number 5 had the highest number of wrong answers. Therefore, our star prize winner for this week's edition of Think Nigeria Empowerment TV show quiz segment is contestant number 3, Mr. Mayowa Akinsola. Congratulations! We have come to the end of the quiz segment of Think Nigeria Empowerment TV show. Do not forget that you also can be a part of the show. All you need to do is to be 18 years of age and above and hold at least a senior school certificate. Obtain our scratch card from dealers nationwide. Follow the instructions on the cards to play our online qualifying quiz on our website, www.thinknigeriatv.com. With a score of 75% and above, you stand a chance to be invited to the studio where you battle it out with 4 others for a whopping sum of 10 million naira. I am your quiz host, Ajimoke Mwenzi. We will be back next week, same time, same station. Goodbye.
You're welcome to the red carpet segment of the premiere show of the Think Nigeria Empowerment TV show, and I'm here with the star prize winner, Mr. Mayowa Akinsola. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So how does it feel to be the star prize winner?
Well, I'm elated, I'm happy, and I'm glad.
All right. As a star prize winner of a grand sum of 3.3 million naira, could you please tell Nigerians what you plan to do with?
I plan to go into oil and gas business, distribution and supply of petroleum products, diesel, kerosene, and other allied products.
Okay. Do you have a mentor in this field?
Yes, I have a mentor in Lagos. His name is Suraj Iwale.
All right. What do you have to tell Nigerians about the Think Nigeria Empowerment TV?
I would say it's a lovely program, it's a wonderful program, that intellectually stimulating program, very educative for those who want to know more about their country. This is the program for them.
All right. You've heard it all from the star prize winner, Mr. Mayowa Akinsola. This is to all Nigerians out there. You have to harness this opportunity to be a millionaire and to be an entrepreneur in your field, in whatever it is you wish to do. Thank you. I'm Frank Wachukwu.